Welcome to Sipping on Excellence. This is Coach KJ, and I'm here with my man, my dude, the Doc.
And this is where we will be discussing the exceptional that is absolutely attainable. My friends, here's to living that extraordinary life.
Cheers.
Oh, all right. Welcome to another episode of Sipping on Excellence.
I love how every time you're all right.
All right.
Like you just waking up.
All right, back to talk to you cats.
Old ass. Talking about cats.
Oh, man.
Hey, what's up, cats?
What's happening,
cat
Jack?
Suckle?
Right. Oh, man.
Are y'all living that great life or sucker life?
Sipping on Excellence with Coach KJ and Doc. Coming at y'all every week.
Being present and presenting.
Not always talking about what you want to hear, but definitely giving you shit that you need to hear.
And some stuff you need to start talking about.
Start having them conversations. Mm-hmm. This is what sparks it.
Is she right here? Is she right here?
Is she right here? They call this death.
All right, cat. All right, cat.
Still my dog.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Oh, man. Coach, man, how's your week been, man?
You know, just getting it all nice and tight. Getting tight.
His brother tightening up his game over here.
Yes, man. Yes, sir.
We got one life to live.
Yes,
might
man,
as well live
man.
it well.
You know, listen, it's the beauty of injury, man. Injury will tell you got to do things differently.
Yeah,
and
right.
You better figure it out or live in that shit.
Right.
And I'm trying to figure it out because I don't like living in this shit. Because this pain is no joke. If y'all have back pain, first of all, got to see. But second of all, y'all need to handle that shit because you don't have to be there.
Somebody asked me today, one of my patients, like, so what can I do? I was like, you need to just move.
Yeah.
Just keep moving.
Yeah.
That's however you can. You don't have to impress nobody. It's the beautiful thing about a workout. There's no competition. It's just you versus you.
People come to the gym. I go to the gym all the time, right? And I go to a big gym. It's a big gym, a lot of people. And I'm like, man, why you always work out by yourself? Because I ain't got to worry about none of y'all. It's just me worried about me.
I'm not trying to compete with you. I'm not trying to, I got to keep at Kenny's pace.
Oh, man, you going to stop there? Yep.
And there's times when Coach is not a small dude. And there's times when he'll come show me stuff to do. And I never once think I should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, that dude's more flexible than me. He's stronger than me, all of that stuff. And you know what? I'm not trying to be him.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to go through 50s gracefully and worry about 60s when they get here.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah. And mobility is everything.
Yeah.
Man. People do not want to. Like,
I don't want heart disease and I don't want my back to hurt.
Man.
You know what I
Tell
mean?
me about it.
If those two things are good, and I don't want them sugars. You know?
Them
I don't want them
DEM
sugars. SUGA.
S.
I don't want them.
Sure don't. Sure don't.
I don't know what that is. Look it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so I want to keep moving.
That's right.
If all I can do is walk that day, I'm going to walk that day. If all I can do is get on the rower, I'm going to get on the rower. If I want to pick up some heavy shit, I call this dude and we pick up some heavy shit.
Yeah.
But I don't need to pick up what he picks up. And too many people are in competition. And that's the shitty part of how we live. And so today we wanted to talk about that, you know, keeping up with the Jonses.
Yeah. Talking about that exercise thing, I'm going to say this before we talk about the Jonses, them Jonses. Guy in the gym comes up to me, what are you going to do, one of your 45-minute workouts? I said, yeah, because I don't like to bullshit my time. He never said a word to me again.
And the thing is, why is he worried about what you're doing?
Because he's in there for 2-3 hours with his spandex on, his dick out. And,
here's the funny part. People will come to me and be like, yeah, I spent 2 hours in the gym. I don't care. I go to the gym for 2 hours every day. all right, I could go to the movies for 2 hours every day.
That's right.
And probably get more workout than you if I'm in there, if I'm on a bike.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this. If you work out hard enough, 45 minutes, that's all you need. Your body.
And you could probably get it done in 30.
Right. Your body will literally, if you going hard enough, your body will tap out.
There's times minutes. When Coach and I have done workouts for time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, dude, we don't have much time today. Let's just get through it. 20 minutes of nonstop movement. I wanted to kick him out. But it's not about the time spent. It's what you do with that time.
That's right. It's not competition.
Yeah. But so many people are worried about competing and accomplishing what others have accomplished instead of just meeting their body where it's at, like you always say. Yeah. And so it's just, it's silly, And I see it in medicine. I'll tell you, I see it in medicine all the time, man. Well, my friend had this surgery, and they said this is what happened with them. You're genetically different, which makes everything about you going to be different. Recovery, injury. You're not having the same surgeon. You're not having the same surgery. But people compare, well, I should be better because my friend was better the same day.
Really? Oh, okay.
And I just nod. I'm like,
sounds
so
good.
If you wake up and you're not better, what you going to do about it? I was like, because I'm going to do nothing about it. I'm going to wait for your body to heal. You can't do anything about it because you got to wait for your body to heal. I can't speed it up, neither can you. Well, why am I so different than her? What did you do differently? I got that. And I was like, well, number one, I don't know what surgery your friend had. I don't know what their problem was. And I don't know their surgeon. So there's 3 factors right there that are different. Now what? Aside from the fact that even if you're genetically identical, like identical twins, you still live different lives.
Absolutely.
So your outside factor comes into play. But we spend so much time
comparison.
The thief of joy.
Thief of joy. Oh my God.
And we talk about it so often. And so Coach and I decided, let's get into it.
How about people in your business? Like not the people you work on. The people you work that are your cohorts, that are your contemporary.
My colleagues.
Your colleagues.
People, again, why are you so busy? Well, you do this and you do that. Yeah, you don't need to keep up with me. I'm not trying to keep up with you. I know plenty of people who, if I did exactly what they did, I'd have a private jet, yacht, the whole 9, because I'd be operating everybody that comes into my office. But because my motivation is different, I always say this, man, I don't count nobody else's money. It's that simple. You doing good? Good for you. You're not doing good? Not my problem.
Right.
It's on you. Either way, it's on you. I don't want to look and be like, oh, he's got that Rolls Royce. I want that Rolls Royce. No. I want to know, what did you do to get that?
Right.
I don't need the same thing. Right. I'm not trying to keep up with you. I want to use that as motivation for me, but people will look at it as, I got to have that. And they will do whatever it takes to get that, even if it's just a facade.
Yeah. And a lot of times they're sacrificing their own self-being.
They're sacrificing their morality.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see that a lot.
There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Way too much. Way too much.
Here's a question. We're talking about morality. We'll probably do a podcast on this. Is it learned or is it innate? Are you born with morals? Or do you learn your morals? Just a thought out there. Yeah. We'll get to that at some point. Yeah. But it was just, and at what point do you lose them? Yeah. Or do you compromise them all the time when you try to keep up with the Jonses?
Letting that one process. Yeah.
When you say, for example, let's look at your training world, right? and you see a guy who's not as good as you, isn't really that smart, but charges a shit ton of money, and you know they're not really doing
a service.
But you beat yourself up because you're like, I'm not as busy as him, or I don't charge as much as him. He's more successful. Is he? Because he has more clients, is he getting more results? Or are you having less clients and getting better results? Who's more successful? Is it because he's got the perception of making more money, but he's got client turnover left and right, as opposed to somebody who's got the same client for years and he's watching them grow and progress and keep moving the needle?
It's wherever you sit, wherever you choose to sit.
Yeah.
You know,
the outside world's gonna be like, oh, he's more successful.
Yeah.
Because he trained shit. He
This
trained
person for this
he trained
movie,
Usain Bolt for a month.
just the most randomness.
Right. But if you look, you've trained him for a month, but he's had 10 trainers over 10 months. Mm-hmm. I trained this person over here, and they've been with me for 2 years. Why have they been with you for 2 years? Because they're seeing progress. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm not making a difference, they're not going to keep me for 10 years or 2 years.
Think about, we've always talked about them, like the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I know at least 6 of their trainers.
Keeping Up with the Joneses, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It's a damn show.
Yeah.
And they become popular because everybody wants to keep up with them.
Yes.
The show is about keeping up with their life and showing their life and style. The rest of the world, they've changed the world by people trying to keep up. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah. I wonder if they put thought when they created that show into the whole perspective of keeping up with the Kardashians.
They had no idea
that it would
what
be
this was going to do this, that it was going to do this.
Juggernaut.
It's fucking huge. It made them all billionaires.
Love it, hate it, what I don't care.
It is
They're
a monster for
billionaires.
reality TV.
Yeah. Did they give up their souls? I don't know.
If they don't feel they did. Only you know if you're compromising your morals. Nobody can tell you. I can't say, Coach, you're compromising your morals. How do I know what your morals
You
are?
don't know what mine are. Yeah.
Right? But people say all the time, oh, Kim K compromises her morals to get where she is. How do you know?
What do you know what her morals are?
Yeah. Did she tell you, I feel bad about what I've done to get here?
Excuse me, tell you mean, does she post it?
Right. But I'm saying in general.
Because that's all they do is post.
If she hasn't told you personally.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And if she's not going to post it, I feel bad about how I got to be here. How do you know? Number one, you don't know everything it took for her to get there. And does she feel bad about it, or does she feel like she's compromised her morals to get to her status in life? You don't know. She's never told you, so stop saying she did. You know what I mean? But people will do one of two things when they see somebody they think's made it. They will be envious and try to tear them down socially, or try their hardest to keep up. Like, I see this all the time, and I've been around dudes who, we go out.
Okay.
This is back in the day. We go out, and I'm drinking a certain tequila, or I'm having a certain meal, blah, blah, whatever. I know you can't afford a certain thing. I'm not going to say, hey, let's do this unless I'm taking care of it. Mm-hmm. But if you then all of a sudden want to start puffing your chest up and try doing the same thing,
Right.
That's a problem for you because you're trying to keep up. You don't have to roll like me. There's people I'm around, I'm like, I know how you roll.
And I'm not doing that.
We're going to the Bahamas. Say we're going to the Bahamas. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting a boat. I'm not dropping $250K for a week on a boat. I will stay in a hotel and come party with you on your boat. Why? Because I'm not trying to keep up.
Right.
I'm not going to be broke trying to look wealthy. That shit there.
And you know, we live in LA. How many people live in an apartment?
Live in a studio.
Or live in an apartment with multiple people.
And drive a Ferrari.
That they're renting.
Yes. Or have a Ferrari that they share with all 5 people that live in that house. You all pay part of the note. Yeah. You drive it on Tuesday. I'm going to drive it on Friday. Why? Because it's important to look a certain way. Now, what I will say is that depending on your business and things like that, how you walk into a room and what you have or places you dine invite you to different conversations that you may not necessarily have. I sit down or I walk into a business meeting and I have on a nice watch. Immediately, somebody's going to have a different conversation with me than if I'm wearing no watch.
Right. Of course.
You know, and it'll depend on what kind of watch. Or if I walk in a place and I have on and I'm dressed well. I'm not trying to keep up, but I know for this particular meeting, I may just have this one suit that I wear to every.
That's my.
I got to keep up.
Like my wife, she has this thing with this particular black dress. I call it the black dress. Mm-hmm. It's that one. Pew, pew, let's go.
That's my winner.
It's guns blazing.
That's my winner.
Because you know that when you wear it, there's a level of confidence that you feel about self. And when you present yourself in that room, you're not worried about impressing.
The conversations are different.
It just changes.
The conversations are different.
But also your mindset. When your mindset is, when you walk into that room, present, posture, energy.
Yes.
With the suit on.
Yes.
That shines with that persona, everything changes. Everything changes about the dynamic.
Yeah. And like, you know, we talk about living beyond your means. Think about it when you first meet that girl, and you're trying to impress her, and so you decide, oh, I'm gonna take her out for, let's think of an expensive meal. Fuck it, anything Japanese, right?
Right.
Sushi, you coming out of pocket no matter where you go. If that's not how you normally live, why would you show her something that's not you?
Because you're now setting a marker.
There's nowhere to go. You can't go up from there. Take her to cheesecake. Take her to CPK. Take her for a coffee. You don't know her, but you drop $600 on a meal for her. You can't then date 2 say, I'm going to drop $50.
Right.
Because you've set a standard that you can't keep. Or you're driving this nice car, but you can't take her home because you live in a shitbox. Mm-hmm. I used to always say, it's okay to drive a decent car and have a nice home rather than a fancy car and have a shitty home.
Right.
Because eventually, somebody's got to see where you live. And if your car is nicer than your crib, that's a problem. Because this is where you rest your
priorities are way out of line.
Are all fucked up. You know?
There's no such thing as alignment with that.
You have no priorities.
No.
But what are you trying to do? You're trying to keep up. And keeping up is all relative to location, to your circle, to what you view. You know? And I think that shit has significantly changed with social media.
Oh, absolutely. I would like to see a 10-year display of your health in comparison to you keeping up over time. You trying to put on this lifestyle, and what does your health look like 5 years, 10 years from now? Because I'm sorry, it has to be taxing.
Well, not only that, think about the people that want to say, I want to look like that. Mm-hmm. Like the guy who's all over social media, the V-Shred guy. Mm-hmm. You know, I want to look like him, so I'm going to try to keep up. Well, first of all, you don't know what he's doing. So you're assuming I have to do all these things to look like him. The one factor, the biggest factor you're forgetting is genetics. Some people are just genetically blessed.
Yeah, very gifted.
And the work they put in, the genes help that work.
It's
improve,
accessory. Yeah.
And it's one of those things where people just say, well, no, I should be able to do that. Or, all the plastic surgery in the world won't make you look like that Instagram model, because that Instagram model doesn't look like that Instagram model.
It's crazy. We put so much on the exterior and what we see and not know everything that's going along with that person. There's a brother that I was speaking to recently, and this cat genetically fucking gifted. Just right. Jacked beyond belief.
Yeah.
He probably lose like 2. I mean, he's just a true mesomorph. He looks at weight. He just swells up. But inside, there was such a mental struggle that he's dealing with all the other factors, develop his business and things like that.
Yeah.
And you just don't know where his heart was. And we just sat down, we chopped it up. I created this space that he felt safe.
Yeah.
And he just started sharing. And I was just like, it's all right. Just know at the end of the day, you're a king. You just have to create your kingdom, not somebody else's.
Yeah. And I was watching this video where they were talking to 70, 80, 90-year-olds, right? And they were asking them, if you had to say something to your younger self, what's a piece of advice you would give to them? Every single one of them all said, the material things don't matter. Trying to impress people with things, after a while you're like, that shit's not impressive.
Right.
You go buy the car because you think it fits in with your circle, where you work, where you live. Nobody cares. I'm going to tell y'all this. Dudes, nobody cares about the car you drive. I'm going to tell you this. The woman who you think you're trying to impress won't be impressed because you have a nice car. Why? Because any guy can get a nice car.
Right.
That may get you the hello, but she don't care. Ladies, nobody gives a shit about your Birkin except other ladies that you're trying to impress.
Right.
You want to keep up because your girlfriend has 3. So you go spend all this money at Hermes in order to be offered one. You know what I mean?
If you're invited in.
Exactly. And so we spend so much time and energy trying to gain the acceptance of other people by buying things, trying to keep up with people who you don't even know. That's the funniest thing. We say keeping up with the Jonses because the Joneses is a metaphor for people you don't know. A random person. I want to keep up with them. Because I think I want what they have.
I think it's a thought.
Do you want everything they have? Because there's some bullshit in there too. Yeah. You want that too? Or do you just want the material stuff? And so think about if you took just a little bit of that energy and said, you know what? I'm going to take all this energy I'm putting into keeping up, and I'm going to flip it back and say, I'm going to take half that energy into putting it into me and making me better. Why would I want to keep up? What can I do to be better? How can I make my business better? Okay, they have a cool business. I want my business to do better than them. So why don't I figure out what they're doing wrong so I could do it all instead of just trying to mimic what they did right? You know,
find their missing niche that you can capitalize on.
Stop being a me too.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But yet people can't.
Oh, my favorite. Also too. Give me some bad English, please. Thank you. Right. Also too, get out of here. Miss me with that.
You're done already.
Yeah, exactly. But just the idea that so much is spent on what other people have.
Yeah.
Because you don't have, but yet you haven't created the work capacity, energy, the dialogue, whatever that's necessary with yourself and with your own environment to even remotely be in that space, let alone if you tapped into a little bit more you might be way past them before you even know it.
Yeah.
And didn't even know.
And it's this whole concept of I got to have more because I got to buy more things. I got to do all this stuff. And I was having lunch the other day and I was having this conversation. I was like, how much is enough? If you give me a dollar amount that you can tell me, if I had this, then I would be happy and fine. What's that dollar amount? Don't know. Because the answer is, if you're not happy now, no dollar amount will make you happy. Because you will always find a reason to want and need more.
Yeah.
And so one of the people they interviewed was this older wealthy guy. And he's like, the one thing I realized, he's like, is your kids are going to leave you. Your friends are going to pass away. Your spouse may pass away. He's like, you'll be all alone. He's like, all you really need during that time is their companionship. You need to know that your bills are paid and that you're going to be okay. He's like, everything else, he's like, is extra. He's like, the difference between 2 cars and 5 cars, nothing. Except, he's like, now there are those like exceptions of people who just like collecting automobiles.
That's
different. They're not doing it to impress anyone.
Right.
And that's why you never see what they collect.
Yeah.
That's like their hobby. But you have 3 or 4 cars and you talk about them all the time and you're like, oh, so-and-so just got a Ferrari, so I got to get me a Bugatti.
Right.
Or I got a car like so-and-so. Did you see so-and-so's new...
B for joy.
Did you see so-and-so's new handbag? Did you see so-and-so just got this new ring? My ring's got to be bigger than hers. Or
that's a tried and true reason that you are old. You said so-and-so. Boy, if you don't know what so-and-so is or where he at or she at, where's so-and-so at?
Exactly. Yeah, but it's these things that we place importance in. And I would say, if I'm going to try to keep up with the Joneses, I'm going to be like, that cat's happy. I want to be happy too, so we can be happy.
Right.
My homeboy is not happy. What can I do to help him gain self-worth? Right. What can I do? Buying shit doesn't show you your worth at all. Right. Buying shit makes you spend money you don't have.
Right.
And so many people live beyond their means. I don't have the money for this, but I'm going to do it anyway because of the perception it has. Or I'm going to go in debt to look a certain way.
Yeah.
That's how credit card companies thrive.
Oh, since what, the 40s?
Credit card companies thrive.
They've been around since what, 40s?
Yeah,
30s,
something like
40s?
that.
Yeah.
Credit card companies thrive because they want people to live beyond their means.
Yes. Why do you think at the moment you start using your credit card, you get a shit ton of offers
for
in
more?
The mail? Yeah.
Credit card companies hate people like me. I spend it and pay it off right there. Because all I'm using credit cards for is to get them miles, y'all. To get the perks.
Yeah.
You should never buy something with a credit card if you don't have the cash to pay for it.
Right.
Because then you're living beyond your means. Never be house poor. Don't get a fancy crib and can't put no furniture in it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I got my mattress on the floor, but I got a 90210 address. That's my zip code. I live in Beverly Hills, y'all.
Adjacent.
And so it's that kind of mentality.
It's about the heirs, and that's just not it. Now, it's one thing if you're buying, not saying that things are bad. It's like if you buy things, but it's the experience that you have that you've earned that right to buy that thing and be able to enjoy in that space of getting that thing that you wanted and you can afford to get.
Right. If you enjoy those things, indulge.
Yeah. If you're buying that, like you said, if a woman's buying a Birkin bag, but it's like, I had 2 big commission checks.
And this is something I've always wanted.
Always wanted.
Not because so-and-so had it.
And remember that time when you go into the store and purchase it and take that selfie. Oh my God, my bag, I finally got it. For you, or not for someone else.
Or don't do something that's beyond your means because you want to impress a client or you want to impress somebody you're trying to do business with. Because you make yourself look stupid. I'll tell you an example. I was in Vegas.
Okay.
And I was at this meeting. This guy's like, hey, I want to meet with you. I want to take you out for drinks, whatever. They're like, I heard you're a tequila fan. Let's go to this bar that's got a good tequila selection. I was like, all right, let's go. So I meet them down there and we're talking. And he's like, get whatever tequila you drink. And I was like, look, man. I was like, we're in Vegas. What I drink is not going to be cheap. We can just get whatever. Let's get a mixed drink. It's not about the tequila. It's about us having this conversation. Nothing's, you get whatever you want. Right. I'm like, all right. So for me, I'm like,
now I'm going to teach you a lesson.
I don't need you to buy me this drink because if I'm out, this is what I would buy because this is what I like to drink. I will pay for my own drink and we can still have this conversation. No, I got you. Okay. They poured and he's like, I ordered mine. He's like, 2 of those. That bill came back for 2 cocktails at $400 and change.
Yeah.
He was like, huh. He's just looking at me.
There's no food, huh?
But his pride wasn't going to be like, I'm like, what, you want to run this back? Let's do it again. He starts laughing. I was like, I'm fucking with you. I was like, but this is what I have in my home. This is what I drink when I go out. I don't ask the bartender, how much is this drink? Because I enjoy this cocktail.
And you know what it is.
And I know what it is. And I know it's going to be expensive here. But if I choose to drink it here, that's me. I'm like, but I don't expect that of you. And I'm not going to look any different of you. And people might say, oh, you were an asshole for ordering it. I gave him the option.
Why are you an asshole?
And I was like, I will pay for my own cocktail. No, you shouldn't have to do that. I invited you out. I'm going to pay for it. Well, then.
You're only going to get so many times where I'm going to say, okay.
All right.
You about to learn today.
This is how I roll.
I always say, best education is application. It's the only way you're going to learn.
And little things like people used to tell me, watch where you take a woman on the first date. Don't show them too much. I'm like, I'm going to go on a date with somebody where I like to eat.
Correct.
I'm not going to take you where I think you like to eat because I don't know you. So if we're going to dinner, I know I'm going to enjoy the food, and I hope you do too. If you're impressed by it, great, but this is how I eat when I go out. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to hold back because I want to see where your head's at. No. If I take you out, we're not going to go up from here. This is just the level of where we eat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's just the nature of it. But so many dudes won't go they'll try to go someplace they've never been, or they'll go places that they don't frequent. This is like their I'm going to propose to you meal that they're trying to show on the first date. And I'm like, dude,
you're a sucker for that one.
If you are that dude that goes to Panda Express, or if you're that dude that goes to wherever, go there. But get creative with it. And if she can't appreciate that, she's going to know real quick that you ain't got shit, and it's okay. If she's with you because she thinks you have shit, you don't want that broad no way.
It's going to come out one way or the other.
And if you're a woman who talks about, I like the finer things in life, blah, blah, whatever, and I take you out and you don't know how to act, meaning all this shit's new to you, you're like, what's this fork? I'm just going to nod and be like, you trying to keep up when you didn't have to. Or, you could be like, I've never been here before. You don't have to explain all this shit to me. I would respect that shit so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Wines, certain foods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just.
Because I only know what I know. I go out with people and they.
Like, girl.
I'm like, what's this? They're like, well, it's this red, blah, blah. I'm like, is it good? All right. Because I don't know.
Yeah. Just like, help me understand what this menu's saying. It's okay.
Dog, you know what this is? I don't know. You know?
Nah.
All right, we gonna try it.
Right? Sounds good to me.
Or people will be looking at a video and people like, what's that word say? Fucking no, let's ask them what.
And the thing is, they're robbing themselves of such a great experience and the possibility of having a great experience.
Yeah.
Or just if you're dating, just cutting to the chase so you realize, this ain't my speed right here. You could be moving on to the next, but you're so busy trying to put on airs about what you are not.
Here's the other thing too. And you and I both know people like this who they live a certain lifestyle. But when they meet people, their expectations of the other people are beyond the lifestyle they're used to living.
Right.
Like when I fly myself, I fly coach. But if you're taking me somewhere, I expect first class or private.
How's that happen?
Why? Just because I'm paying for the ticket, now you expect me to fly you first class when you always fly coach? Now, if you fly business first class on your own all the time, and I'm not that dude, if I'm not capable of flying you business or first class, then I should bring that up as a dude. I shouldn't be like, okay, I'm going to knock this out this time. But no, you just say, hey, look, I don't roll like that because them shits is expensive. And if she's like, well, then I can't go until you can afford it. Then no harm, no foul.
Don't worry. We won't be going at all.
We won't be going.
At all.
But if you're used to flying coach and when this dude tries to fly you out to see him and it's on a coach ticket, why are you going to get mad?
He's sending for you.
Now, I know people like that.
I'm sure.
And I just laugh. I'm like,
I'm sure I know more people than I think
yeah,
that are like that as well.
Oh, yeah. You fly business class once, and now this is your standard. Or you've now flown private once. Now it's like, I don't leave the house or go on a trip unless he sends me a jet. Really? Is that really how it works for you? Good luck with that.
And why do you do that? Is it because your girl did it, or what's your rhyme or reason? Where's your headspace?
At what point did this become an expectation?
Maybe that's the problem.
Did he set a standard that wasn't real? Number one, because he was trying to impress. Are you doing all these things because you're trying to impress? Here's the other thing too. I meet you and your makeup's flawless, you're dressed well and all this stuff. I go to take you out and now it's just all so extra. And I'm like, I was really good with how I met you. You look like a clown now because you've done so much extra that I'm like, nah, dial it back to that chick that I met across the restaurant when you were with your friends.
With makeup on.
Yeah, it was flawless. You were doing your thing. Now you want to spice it up extra to impress me when I was impressed the first day. Who are you doing this for? Who are you trying to keep up with? I don't know, man. I just don't know.
It's this topic is like one of those things that you see it all the time and you're baffled. I think the reason why we're having this conversation is because we're just baffled by the unsurmountable expectations that people have on themselves without the work capacity, the comparison. It's just, there's so many dynamics to this.
It's like I live beyond my means because I feel I deserve it without having put in the work.
It's like someone comes to me and say, I want to hit the ball like Tiger Woods. I said, okay, well, you're not.
Now, are you willing to go from there?
Unless you're taking this, and this, and this, and you're still not
and because you're still not Tiger Woods.
You're not Tiger Woods.
I want to drive a car like Lewis Hamilton. You can't. Because there's something innate that he has that you don't. I don't care how many simulators you sit behind. I don't care. There's a reason why he's an 8-time champion.
Right. Well, Doc, I want to do surgery just like you. I'm not.
I could teach you everything I know.
Right.
Just like prime example. When your mama teaches you how to cook a dish, there's a reason why that shit just doesn't taste like hers. It's good, but it doesn't taste like hers. Why? Because there's something that she does that she can't teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put a pinch of salt. Well, what's a pinch? That much.
Right? Exactly.
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. And you learn to do it your way.
Yes.
And make it the best way for you, not for somebody else. Not somebody else's magic. This is your magic.
I don't need to be you. I just need to be the best version of me. I don't need to keep up with you because there's certain aspects of your life that you can't keep up with me.
Yeah. I don't need to be you because there's plenty of me.
Yeah. Right?
That I still don't know about yet.
Yeah. But people always want to be who they see instead of wanting to be who they are.
That's because they don't look at themselves
At all.
They don't know what they look
At
like.
all. They don't. It's fucking frustrating, man. And when people come in like, I need to go get this, I need to do this, you don't need any of that shit. It's not a necessity.
Yeah. I mean, me going on this new path, it's like just dropping weight.
Yeah.
Getting leaner. Just because health reasons.
Yeah.
But it wasn't me saying, I saw that dude in the gym that I told to be a king. Oh, I saw Jerry. Or I saw this person. Those are my dudes.
Yeah.
They do them the way they do them. I don't train the way they do. I don't work out the way they do. I don't think the way they do. I don't eat the way they do.
Different.
I'm just different. I looked at myself, and I'm 20 years older than most of them. I looked at the mirror, I was like, yeah, I don't like the way I look. Let's do something about it. As a matter of fact, it has nothing to do with anybody else. It's
Same here.
all me.
When I told you, hey, dude, we need to add another 2 days during the week, because I was like, I'm not getting it done on my own. Mm-hmm. I need you to kind of push me. And again, looking at me, I was like, I could be less soft. I could be in better shape. I could have more energy. I could feel better. What do I need to do? Yeah. It had nothing to do with, I saw that guy on the internet or I saw that guy on whatever, and I want to, he's 50 and shredded. Good for him. I'm not willing to, I don't want to do what it takes to be that. I like eating good food in moderation. I like having a glass of wine or a glass of tequila on the weekends. I like having pasta every now and then. If I want a slice of pizza, cool. I like that shit. So why would I give up all the things I like to keep up with someone that's not real? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What am I gaining from it? Yeah. He may be effing miserable.
Absolutely.
He may be effing miserable, but
and probably blows up the bathroom.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And so it's one of those.
Don't think that just because they're so healthy that they're doing the healthy things. They look healthy. It's the idea. It's the perception.
And who do you? I think men try to keep up with material goods because they all think if I have this, like this dude, I'll get the women that this dude gets. Mm-hmm. I think women try to keep up with one another with how they look. Because if I look this way, I will be accepted more. I'll feel better about myself if I can look like her. Mm-hmm. Men were like, I will feel better about myself if I can drive that car. Yeah. And you get that car, you're like, I like the car, but I'm still shit inside.
Right. But women that have a man have got to stop looking outside of other women. Your man loves you because he loves you, and he's with you because he's with you. And you're
trying to look like the women whose pictures he likes.
Has nothing to do with you.
He doesn't want to be with them. He's with you.
Right.
And he's not with you because he has to be. Especially if you're with a dude that's got every dude has options. I'm going to say that one more time. Every dude has options, some more than other, but they all have options. So if he's with you, he chooses to be with you. He's not just stuck with you. You know?
Clank, clank, damn, right. Gina. You got me, okay?
Oh, man. So hopefully you guys will learn, man. Keeping up with the Joneses is not healthy. Looking to keep material shit in your life all the time is not healthy. And at the end of the day, all that shit gets old and doesn't matter.
You old anyway. Stop
nothing makes it. Shit ain't gonna make you happy. It'll feel good. It'll give you that high for the moment,
and you'll forget just like that.
Yeah. Think about when you were a kid. You got that new toy. My nephews would get a new toy for Christmas. 2 days later, they forgot they even have it.
They're still playing with the same old raggedy toy.
Yeah.
Go right back
they moved on because your attention span, that high you got from it being new. Mm-hmm. I mean, I jump in and out of cars because I get it. I like it. And then after about a year, I start getting that itch. And then the second year, I'm like, all right, I'm ready for something else.
You are a car guy.
Yeah. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I give a shit if you like my car or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Like right now, my wife and I, we're experienced people. I can give a shit about what gift you give me, only if it's an experience. Like don't get me wrong. I love the experience. I love the experience you just giving me a gift.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be big, small. I don't care. But going places, just doing, it's the experience.
Like, you want to impress me? We go somewhere and we get a nice meal, and it's a cool, the whole meal's an experience.
Yeah.
Dude, that's great.
You know what I love, too, about the experience? Is to see their face light up, giving me the gift that I'm excited about getting from them. I'm more excited about getting the gift from them and seeing their face than I am about the actual gift.
Because you see how excited they are.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be so happy with this.
It's like, it touches my heart. I'm like, they really thought about me in this moment.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Trying to keep up requires no thought. You're just doing dumb shit. I said it. Don't regret it.
You stupid.
You know? So, the message to all y'all out there today, stop trying to keep up with the Joneses because, number one, the Joneses are having a hard time keeping up with themselves.
Right.
And you'll never keep up. You'll never catch up, and you'll never have enough because there's always going to be a different Jones that's got more than you. Somebody's always going to have more than you. Somebody's always going to have less than you. Mm-hmm. Be happy with what you have, and then you can acquire. Then you can get more things if you want.
Yeah.
But if you can't be happy with what you have, you'll never be happy with what you get.
Yeah. You can appreciate it more.
Yeah. It's that simple. Good topic, man. I'm glad we talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know? Very much so.
I'm glad we ran through it.
This one, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Stop trying to keep up.
Why you so angry, bro?
Fuck them.
Sorry. It is what it is.
It's our podcast. Anyway, man. Y'all need to tune in every week.
Hold on. Let me get that out of my tube.
Right? That's really actually a little diamond he put in his tube. Catch us every week. Every Wednesday, new podcast comes out. Every Saturday, we got the Sip on Excellence warm-up show on IG live. Comments, likes, do all that shit. Come on, man. Keep us on the air.
Coaching questions. You want us to drop you some gems back. You know what I'm saying? I got them.
We're gonna start dropping Coach's Corner.
Yeah.
You know, and really start digging into the bag of goods before we get into the topics.
Right.
Coach KJ, they're gonna find you where, man?
At Coach KJ Knows on Instagram and CoachKJ.com.
You're going to find me at Leonel Hunt on IG and huntspine.com. The huntfoundation.org. Go check it out.
Big things.
Podcastsoe.com for everything coach and doc. SOE_podcast IG. And, dude, let's get these people out of here.
We out.